saw this. This shit says, in case you haven't heard, women are suing Pfizer in a class action lawsuit because the birth control shot, Depo-Provera, have been found to cause brain tumors. 1 in 4 women use this birth control, and black women are prescribed it at double the national rate. Well, it's time for me to go do my Googles, I think. Hold on, give me a second. In the U.S., black women use the injectable contraceptive Depo-Provera at nearly double the national rate, a disparity critics argue is linked to a history of medical coercion and institutional racism. In the past, black women and other women of color were sometimes pressured into using Depo-Provera and other long-acting reversible contraception, also known as LARC, methods such as Norplant, as a tool for population control. Historical abuses by the medical establishment have contributed to a deep-seated mistrust of providers and the healthcare system among many black women. Targeted for family planning, during the 1960s and 70s, some federally funded family planning centers forcibly sterilized or administered contraceptives like Depo-Provera to black women, sometimes without their consent. Oh, fuck, okay. Experimentation without consent. In one instance, a 1967 trial of Depo-Provera at the Grady Clinic in Atlanta included over 14,000 women, 50% of whom were low-income black women. Echoes of the eugenics movement. The disproportionate prescription of Depo-Provera to black women is viewed by critics as an extension of the eugenics movement, which targeted poor women of color for forced sterilization, known as Mississippi appendectomies. I think that's right, in the early 20th century. Okay. Disparities in contraceptive. Evidence suggests that implicit bias and systematic issues continue to influence contraceptive care for black women. Directive counseling. Compared to women of other races, studies show that black women are more likely to receive directive counseling toward provider-controlled LARC methods, such as Depo-Provera, and less likely to receive a full range of options for fully informed consent. Higher usage among young and low-income women. So critics argue the disparity in Depo-Provera use, which is common among young, low-income black women, reflects a continued legacy of reproductive oppression. Differing prescription patterns. Some studies show that black women are more likely to have Depo-Provera documented as their postpartum contraceptive plan compared to white women through the statistical significance, though the statistical significance can vary. All right, so I needed to know how much money are they compensating from this, okay? The average Depo-Provera bone loss lawsuit settlement ranges between $100,000 and $300,000. This amount often varies based on the extent of bone damage and related medical expenses. Bone damage? Hold on, we got something else to figure out now. The higher usage rate among black women is particularly concerning given recent research on Depo-Provera's potential long-term health risks. Okay, so these are the health risks. Okay. That word, risk, all right? Recent studies have linked Depo-Provera with an increased risk of meningioma, a type of brain tumor, with one study showing a 5-fold increase in risk for those who used it for more than 4 years. So that's what the lawsuit is, how I even found this shit. And there's a whole nother lawsuit just for bone mineral density loss. Lawsuits have been filed against the drug's manufacturer alleging failure to adequately warn users of this risk. All right, bone mineral density loss. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration, also known as the FDA, has a boxed warning for Depo-Provera advising against its long-term use beyond 2 years due to the risk of significant bone mineral density loss. Elevated lead levels. A 2020 study found that current Depo-Provera users had on average 18% higher blood lead levels, which may be caused by the drug's side effect of bone mineral density loss. Side effects are, the shot is also associated with other side effects, including weight gain, depression, and irregular or heavy bleeding, which often leads to women discontinuing their use of the product. So I asked, has it been discontinued? No, Depo-Provera has not been discontinued, but its use is limited and new risks have been identified. Yet, it keeps getting prescribed to what kind of women, y'all? Right, okay. And new risks have been identified. While Depo-Provera is still approved and used for birth control and other medical uses, the FDA recommends it only be used for a maximum of 2 years due to bone density loss. Additionally, a March 2024 study linked Depo-Provera to an increased risk of meningioma, a type of brain tumor, leading to ongoing legal action against the manufacturer Pfizer and warnings being updated in some markets. So then I asked, how many women are on this? Approximately 20 million women around the world have taken Depo-Provera, an injectable form of birth control produced by Pfizer. So thanks for coming down that rabbit hole with your boy. I think I'm done on this one, but there's so much more to know about this. I mean, we could go 20 more minutes on it, you know? But thank you for sticking around. I be on live on YouTube and Twitch at the same name, Threads and Twitter, the same name. I make great music on all major music platforms under Kanan as my artist name, and I'd really appreciate it if you went and checked it out. Give me a like, say something in the comments, share this with somebody that needs to know. And until next time, peace. Have a wonderful day.